Okay, so I'm going to show you how to use the AgriPro Knowledge Hub platform. You open your browser and then you type in our website www.agriprohub.com/knowledge hub. Then you enter. So it brings you straight to the platform, and as you can see, this is the home page for the AgriPro Knowledge Hub. So we have our logo here, then we have Knowledge Hub here. Then at the top here, the hero section, we have the best practices, white papers, insights, videos, Ask AI. And if you want to go back to the main AgriPro website, you have it here. We also have other things down here, but then I want us to look at what we have on top first before we move on. So let's go to best practices. So we click on that. This is where you get proven techniques and strategies to improve your farming. So when you come here, you can see we have crop management, we have best practices for sustainable tomato production, we have choosing the right cucumber variety, we also have choosing the right tomato variety, and many others. Now we have categories. So if you want something on crops, you can click on crop management, livestock, sustainability, technology, business operations, market analysis, etc. We also have the search bar. So in case you want to search for something specific, let's say I want to search for something about cucumbers. I just key in cucumber, and then the article or the paper or the best practices for cucumber that we have here will all show up. So this is how to use the best practices section. We also have the white papers. Here we have freshly published articles and research from various industries where they are talking about what is happening in the industry or in research. So we have one here and many others. And this one that I'm showing now is low-cost solutions reducing post-harvest losses. So we understand that post-harvest losses is a major problem to many farmers. So we have this article here that explores how farmers and agripreneurs can minimize post-harvest losses using very low-cost technology. We also have insights. So here we are sharing the latest analysis, trends, and insights in agriculture. So you want something about what's happening in the agricultural space, you can find it here. We have a lot here, and we have something on boba tea. We have something about drone tech. We have floriculture, decoding urban rice preferences, and so on. Now you can see clearly that we have access to only two articles. That's the boba tea article and then the drone tech for smallholder farmers. The rest are all locked. As you can see, there's a padlock symbol on it. The reason is that in order for you to access all of those papers, you have to sign up on the Knowledge Hub platform. So these two, that's this and this, you can access them for free without signing up. But then to continue to read beyond two free articles, you need to sign up. How do you do that? The sign up buttons are all here. We have sign in for a returning user and then sign up for a new user. So if you click on the sign up button, it brings you to the sign up page where you enter your full name. So let's say your full name is Charles Dickens. You key that in, your email address may be Charles Dickens at, let's say, gmail.com. You key that in your password, you put that in, you confirm the password again, and then you click on create account. When you do, you receive a confirmation in your email address, and then you click on the link to finalize your sign up process. Or you can simply sign up with your Google account, which also works. We also have videos. You want to watch some videos, you can find them here. So here we have a number of videos here, and these are links, and you can play the video right here in or on the Knowledge Hub platform. So let's click on this one. Agriculture is the future, a young farmer's journey. So you can click on this and play the video right here.
Okay, hello, my name is Bright Ablevo. I'm a student here at the University of Ghana where I'm studying horticulture and I'm majoring in horticulture. I'm a educated by.
Okay, so you see that it gives you options for more videos from the original YouTube account from which this video was pasted on this platform. Yes, so you can also watch videos on the Knowledge Hub platform to improve your learning. And then if you have something you would like to ask about, you want to ask AI, something is bothering your mind, you want to know more, you can definitely ask AgriPro AI Assistant. So let's say we want to find out um, symptoms or signs of anthrax disease. So we key that in, signs of anthrax disease, and then we shoot. Give it a few seconds and voila, your answer arrives. So there you go. Now let me take you to the other two. So you're going back to the main Knowledge App platform or the home page. So we click on Knowledge App to go back. So you have all of this here, similar to what I've already explained, but I'm going to show you around a few more tools here. So you have the ROI calculator, that's the return on investment calculator. So let's launch that tool and see how it works. And I'm really, really excited about that too, because that's where you get to anticipate the return on investment on your production even before you get started, right? Okay, so we have the enhanced calculator, crops, livestock, save, and compare. Well, you can use any of them. Either if you are doing crops, you can do this, the crop calculator. Yeah, if you are doing livestock, you can use the livestock calculator. Yeah, but you can also use the enhanced calculator for whichever one it is. So I'm going to use the enhanced calculator. All right, so let's get started. So we have project title. So let's say I want to do for a maize farm, right? So let's say maize farm. Let's give it a name. So let's say I'm going to use AgriPro because it's AgriPro. So let's say AgriPro maize farm and 2025. Okay, so that's the name. What type is crop farming? You can choose livestock, mixed, aquaculture, agribusiness. So since I'm using the maize farm, let's just stick with crop farming. You can describe your project. I'm going to skip that because of time. Your location. So we are in Ghana. So let's say Ghana. The currency is CD. So we pay the Ghanaian CD. Duration. So the duration, we're looking at the period under review. So let's take it 1 year. Okay. We move to next. So let's look at the crop type. The crop type, we choose maize or corn. So let's stick with that. Land size, let's deal with 100 acres. Yeah. Expected yield. Let's say we're expecting 5,000 tons. So 5 on 3 5. Add my zeros. So 5,000 tons. And let's say the selling price. Of course, let me change from tons. You can use kilograms, you can use bags or bushels. Typically, we use bags in Ghana, so let me stick with bags. Yeah. Then let's look at the selling price per unit. That's per bag. So let's say each bag goes for 1,000 cedis. Okay, so yeah, these are all tentative values. So you can customize them to your own peculiar situation. This is just for us able to test the tool. Okay, we go to the next. So now let's look at the initial investment. So here we are looking at how much did you spend, on land, maybe registration and those kind of initial investment. So you go to add cost over here, this green button, you click on it, and then you choose the category. So let's say you have equipment, infrastructure, seeds, tools, irrigation, labor, and so many others, right? Okay. So let's say we purchase some equipment. So let's include that. What kind of equipment? You can choose to write it. Maybe we bought a planter or anything. So you write that and then you put in the amount. Let's say that cost us 2,000 cedis. So 2, I add my zeros. Okay, 3, that's also fine. We have more costs, so we add category, let's say land, right? Maybe you bought the land or you purchased the land, you can put it in there. So let's say you bought the land, you're using 100 acres. So let's say An acre of that costs 700 cedis. So 100 by 700, that makes it 70,000. So 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we add our thousands, 70,000. So you can keep adding on your cost according to what you have spent. But for the sake of time, I'm going to limit to this two. Then we come to your operation or your operational or your operating cost. Here we are looking at what you spend, in your day-to-day running of the farm. So let's say we add cost category. Let's go for things like labor, because that's something you pay regularly. So let's say you have three workers or farm hand. You can use your own description, and you are paying each of them, let's say 1,000 cedis. So 1,000 times 3, that's 3,000 cedis per month. Now we are working with 1 year. So 3 times 12 months, that's 36,000 annually. Okay, let me get rid of the zero. So 1, 2, 3, 36,000 annually. Let's add another one. So we have, let's say utilities, right? Definitely you're gonna buy, we're gonna pay for electricity, water. So let's add utilities. So let's say every month electricity. Let's say every month you spend 1,000 cedis on electricity. So that by 12 months gives you 12,000. Yeah, we can add more, but let's stick with this one for now. So it gives you a summary here of your total initial investment and your total operating cost. All right, let's go to next. So here we are looking at your primary revenue. So let's say because the maize farm, I'm looking at the maize itself, we were expecting 5,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 bags. And we pegged the price at 1,000 per bag. So this is what we are expecting. Total revenue, 5 million Ghana cedis. Now, if you have more products, secondary products, you can add them. So let's say because it's maize, let's say we are also selling the maize husk, right? So we add product, and then the product name is maize husk. So let's say we got let's say 2,000 bags of maize husk. So that's 2,000 bags of maize husk. And let's say we are selling each bag for 20 cedis. So 1, 2, yeah, it goes like that. 40,000. So we get 40,000 from the maize husk. Okay, so now we are done. If you have more products that are directly related to the maize, you can add, but I think this one makes sense. So I'm gonna leave it here. Okay, so you can even get your summary here, your total revenue, the primary product and then the secondary product as well. So let's go to next. So here we are ready to calculate our ROI. You can either use this button or this one. And if you've made a mistake, you can just use the previous button, go back and correct. Yeah. So let's calculate. So once we hit the calculator, it gives us our ROI in percentage. It gives you your net profit. It gives you the profit margin, which means that based on the input I made, you are making 97% profit on our investment. Of course, these are all tentative values. Again, it gives you your total revenue, your net profit after deducting all your expenditure. It gives you your initial investment operating cost and your break-even point. So your break-even point is telling you that, even if you sell at 152 pesos, you would make your money back, and anything beyond that is a profit. So this is how the ROI calculator works. Now you can export the file onto your computer by clicking here, or you can save it to the database by clicking on the Save to Database. So once you save it, if you have an account, it will be in your account. You can view it anytime. And when you export, it's going to be on your computer. You can have access to it anytime. So that is the ROI calculator. All right, let me take you back to the main page. Yes, so this is one of my favorite parts of the website. Need a custom tool. So let's say you're a farmer, You have identified that there are certain things that you struggle with, and if you had a tool like we have the ROI, it would have been easier. You can send us a message and let us know what those tools should look like, and we can build one for you with our tech skills. So all you do is to click on the contact us button, and you fill in the file, the form, and you enter your message. Maybe I need a tool to calculate the number of eggs to expect from my chicken. Yes, so once you tell us this, we will, and you send the message, of course, we will get back to you and then work with you the whole way to build that tool that will be good for you to make your work easier. Of course, you can connect with us on X or Twitter. You can connect with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, as well as Instagram. With Knowledge Hub, we can stay ahead of our challenges. Thank you all for watching.